Welcome to WinternomicsTV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Welcome to WinternomicsTV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Welcome to WinternomicsTV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly.
Mic check, mic check. I think I resolved it. Let me know if you guys hear me this time. Good morning, good morning. I don't really do the good morning tweets. Yep, you hear me? Okay, my bad. All right. Well, welcome to Winternomics. Guess I got that wrong. Thought we'd have a little fun with the junior psychologists that are out there in the market right now.
Yeah, we can, you know.
All right, perfect. Thanks, Matt. Got some people in Web3. If you guys are in there, awesome. You should check it out. Sound is on. Good deal, good deal. So how you guys been doing? Some crazy pump action going on there. A lot of salt markets. We had a crazy sentiment read for the last show. If you guys pay attention to what's happened inside the eco and stuff like that, lots of salt pop up. Always interesting, markets pumped this far. Crypto-centric people are still salty. It only tells you one thing, right? They never bought it. And this is why we watch the market for sentiment things. Too often people who try to copy this though just turn into I wish you would fail, and they don't understand what reading sentiment really is. Like I told you, the inverse Kramer account, all these guys who have the Kramer indicator are just pieces of shit who ripped off an idea I presented and have no fucking idea what in the hell they're talking about either. Here, I'm gonna get a couple of things opened up. One sec. You guys are gonna love this. Hold on. Copy. What do you think of this? Right? You've got to be kidding me. Crypto Man Ran, who literally just killed people in fucking Luna, is telling you should counter trade Kramer. Financial Times tried to counter trade Kramer. This piece of shit literally has just actually fucking killed people with his advice through CNBC, and is going after a different guy on the same network. This is the pot calling the kettle black, right? So when you got to inverse the inverse, right, it's actually crazy. More funny was this. This is the inverse Kramer account that trolled Kramer, that we used as sentiment for you guys to not get hit by the bus, making fun of the fact that Kramer was right. How exactly do you even get to tweet this and not realize what a dumb asshole you are? And Financial Times, who tried to shit on him, basically shits on him some more for being right. Now guys, value hidden in plain sight things. I've been the most hated guy in crypto while I was totally right, I kind of know exactly what that position looks like. Do you? It's only irony, right? It's who the fuck scripted this? You've got to be kidding me that they made Kramer the point of value by trying to shit the man out of existence. But here we are, right? It's unbelievable. Rand literally actually killed people in the market. Not that Kramer hasn't done that over the years, but at this current moment, what is that? One sec. "29 minutes ago." This thing says it's dropping frames. Are you guys noticing anything weird right now in the stream? It's telling me that I'm losing frames right now, so hopefully that's not going still. Let me know if you see something weird with the video. Shouldn't be bad. For any of you guys inside the Web3 and on Cyber, you can change the resolution of the stream. It starts off in a lower one then when you start it off in here, so you have to turn it up on the screen. So if you're in there, hit the enter key or return, and it will take you off of moving around, and then put your cursor on the screen, and then you can go to the little cog and you can change it. So just in case you didn't know, it gave you controls. It gives you volume controls. You can change you can change the resolution. What Director Vela said, right? It seems like accuracy is not a factor needed to call markets and have a position in the financial space. We should really think about that. Why is that, guys? I ask you all here right now, right? accuracy is not part of any of those guys' shows, right? Having a certain level of like charisma to engage the audience, to keep the audience coming back is pretty much all that's required. You know, when you look at Jim Cramer, he's got a bunch of horns and shit like that. Like Jon Stewart said, it's like a fucking variety show. And he's sitting there, who do you need to... If you actually look at like Jim Cramer, you know, beeping all the horns and like all the sounds and buy, sell, do you know who has a soundboard just like that for their show? Pee Wee fucking Herman. If you've ever heard of that guy, he literally does exactly what Jim Cramer does for 5-year-old children. Kid you not. That's who he appeals to, right? He's not telling you anything fucking useful to you 9 times out of 10. And the kind of person he's speaking at the level of is a fucking child, you know? You guys know it. If you know who Pee Wee Herman is, you remember what I'm talking about. He has the exact same soundboard where he's like, ha ha ha, burp. That's fucking Pee Wee Herman. That's who the fuck everyone's watching on CBC. But right now, Pee Wee Herman is the fucking point of value. So what does that say about everybody fucking else? That's actually a crazy thought. Like, get the fuck out of here. What is this shit? So they troll him. 6,000 people think that this makes sense to agree with this idiot who is basically a fraud that doesn't know how to do what he's trying to do. And then fucking this publication that looks like an ass being on the wrong side of Kramer's, the market pumps even fucking higher, right? And this is the only person who says it. He called July 13th, but of course nobody's going to talk about that. No, right? Everyone's going to shit on him. So one, in markets, what's funny is if these guys on TV get one fucking prediction right, one fucking prediction, they can parade that around all fucking year. Do you realize what the fuck is on this show? And CT will sit there and shit all over this. Oh, right. We have hundreds of calls that these people would celebrate if they could pull it off. He gets one thing right. He is like a broken clock that's right, you know, once in a blue moon. He gets one call, though, and that's kudos. It's actually fucking crazy, right? The standards are not quite level, right? We graph the entire structure of the crash out, actually call the Sailor fractal over 40,000 BTC, show you the range and the bounce, and then talk you all the way back up. Fuck him. Pretty crazy, right? He gets lucky on one of the millions of calls he threw out there turning out to be something that's not absolutely a steaming pile of fucking dog shit. And, you know, Jim Cramer then's going to go talk shit to Financial Times. Because that's the even other crazier part. Like, you are always wrong, motherfucker. You don't get to come and say, hey, this one thing I said, this one thing out of like 640 things that killed half my audience that I said, yeah, right here on the dotted line. You see it? I got this. The fuck? That's just crazy, right? Everybody involved in this transaction is fucking out of pocket right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck? You out of pocket, and you goddamn well out of pocket. All of y'all. What the fuck? This is the blind leading the blind out here. This is who people are looking to give them guidance in the markets. This ass trolling this ass trolling this ass trolling this ass, all of whom don't know fucking shit combined, right? These 3 motherfuckers could screw in a light bulb if you fucking showed them the instructions for it. And you're over here fucking waving around the one thing you got right against the other set of idiots who get nothing right? Like, Jesus Christ, you know, we're fighting for the bottom right now. It's actually fucking crazy when you think about it. Why am I hearing that come out of here again? I fucking muted your ass, bitch. Who has an open microphone in there? Oh, that's Matt. No worries. Different rules, right? Once you're on TV, fuck accuracy. Just keep them entertained. Yeah, shout out to everybody who's doing some morning bits before I even got live. Mao, everybody, PQ, Estinada, Bear Bull, appreciate you guys. Server, imagine going to college, writing an essay, and misspelling every word and telling the teacher you got this one word right and getting a passing grade for it. Bro, that's a great analogy. Like, it's insane the amount of useless rubbish these guys pump out, but the audience keeps coming back for it, right? And part of that lends to the fact that most people in the audience don't believe anybody can predict this shit either. So it's okay that he can't because they feel okay being around people who are equally shit, right? No one's really looking to be outclassed by anybody. They want it to feel like they're on the same level as everybody. And these guys make it easy to do that. They talk to them at the level of fucking children. They're equally as fucking retarded as everyone coming to them for fucking direction. Say, hey, we're one big happy family of fucking stupid, you know? That's what you get in these networks. So it's actually pretty fucking nuts to watch it if you see this stuff. I spelled fucking it right. Anyways. Fuck Pee Wee Herman and fuck this guy. Let's see. So I thought that was pretty fascinating, right? that Rand would have the nerve to say that shit. So what did Cramer say in this clip? This is fucking funny. So, of all things, let's listen to this. My volume up here. All right, listen to this, guys. So, as funny as it is, right? CNBC says it's a new day. Buy Ethereum. So we didn't really watch this, right? So listen to what Cramer relates the statement to in order to say this.
But I would say that, look, Coinbase, look, it's a new day.
It is a new day.
It's a new
and
day.
By the way, it is a day in which
up.
we got a non-hot CPI number, and the S&P is up 1.5%.
Oh,
that's helpful.
That's when you buy Ethereum, right?
Oh, I think that's what it says in the
says buy
Ethereum playbook.
CPI number shows that inflation is not as bad. S&P 500 is up 1%. Cramer says buy Ethereum. Now we know crypto risk assets are correlated to all other risk assets. But him saying that literally in sequence is the acknowledgement of that fact, right? Buying the S&P and Ethereum is like no different. That's an incredibly astute point we've been making on the show the whole time, right? Risk assets are risk asset, motherfucker, who gives a shit? And he's getting laughed out of the building. Fucking counter trade homeboy? I don't know. We already know nobody's in fucking ETH off the bottom. All these PFPs ain't even saying shit, right? And then you're gonna shit on Cramer, Rand, Inverse Cramer, Financial Times. I don't know. Sentiment things, right, niggas? That shit's just funny as fuck. So, at this moment, Cramer gets a fucking stay of execution because you are that motherfucker today. But, oh my god, right? Inverse nomics, bitches. If you understand, you understand. If you know, you know, right? So, about as funny as it gets in the fucking financial mainstream media out there. What does it say? Shout out to Abracadabra and Jeff. Appreciate you guys. Let's see. Kind of felt like... Director West says, it kind of feels like the whole world is like this. Like Trump being president. It honestly, like, for us older generation folks, it feels like the standards of Gen Z are just in the absolute fucking gutter. If you think about it, right? Trump's probably the most uneducated guy you ever heard speak from the White House. Like, he really couldn't use bigger words than 3 letters. And his base isn't actually intelligent enough to handle anything except for mad, bad, sad, glad, and everything else that rhymes with that shit, right? They're like fucking morons. Grown-ass people that have jobs, drive cars in traffic, that literally have the capacity to only handle 3-letter words. That's the standard today of the fucking greatest nation in the world, Body positivity. Fuck fucking health. I'm a fat piece of shit. I should get a medal for that. America has been a champion of giving everybody a fucking participation ribbon just for showing the fuck up, right? So now you have body is a reflection of that. Like the whole culture, right? There's no standards. Working towards being healthy living and lifestyle was like, a fucking like sign of like strong society, even in Greek culture when they were leaders of the world. Once you have no fucking standards, you stand for nothing, right? You fall for any goddamn thing. You have no standards. Everyone is crying about every fucking thing. You make a joke, Dave Chappelle makes a joke about a class of people. Think about the fact that Dave Chappelle makes jokes on transgender and they're like, oh my god, don't say anything. Dave Chappelle makes a black joke. No one gives a fuck. Those are funny. So black people don't get the same fucking protections as, LGBTQ people do. If you say something, you're going to get canceled for it. But make a black joke, it's all good. Right? So we have selective fucking and compassion and shit like that. It's just a fucking pussy-fied beta soy protein ass generation, man. Like, cancel the last 20 years and let's reset this shit to some 90s niggas that know what fucking time it is. Because this pussy shit ain't for nobody, bro. This is fucking the end of a nation if you keep this shit up. Fucking get a medal for being a fat fucking piece of shit. Look, you know what? It takes a lot of work to be a fucking built fucking like muscle man. It also takes the same kind of work to turn into a fucking elephant. You know how much fucking fat fucking food you got shoved in your fucking face doing nothing to turn into a hippopotamus? Don't fucking act like fucking you're gonna need a fucking medal for that shit, motherfucker. You worked real hard to be a fat piece of shit. I'll call you exactly that. Body positive, suck my fucking dick. Lazy fuck. Go to the gym and throw that goddamn ho-ho down. It's ridiculous, right? That's where fucking society's at. Like, fucking raise your standards, you fucking bitches. The fuck? Anyways. So, those are facts and memos. Back to market conversation. So anyways. Inverse Cramer, fucking ridiculous. I thought that was funny as shit. So, thought you guys would get a kick out of that for some sentiment things this morning. And don't get me wrong, I'm not exactly the picture of health at this minute. I can lose a few pounds, so I can call a fucking spade a spade, right? I'm a kind of a fat piece of shit right now. So I know exactly what it takes to not be a fat piece of shit. So, it is what it is. I'm objective. I could say it. COVID got me, motherfuckers. I packed on some fucking, hibernation fucking storage. Anyways. So war stories. Did we get one? I think I saw one. Let me reload this page real quick. See if somebody slipped me a war story at the bell. And there we go. All right. Fonty Black. See you inside Discord. Let's see. I'm not a man of many words, hence the lack of participation in voice. No, I'm fucking with you. So I'll keep this short. Took the following trade on NAS after yesterday's CPI numbers being released. Waited for the bull flag to break and took the trade. Almost got stopped out a couple of times, but survived by the skin of my teeth. Woke up this morning, was unsure whether to keep the trade open with PPI numbers coming out later on in the day. Decided to let the trade run and went on to make a total of 11 Rs. Really sick. Been following the stream since the corona crash and only now decided to join the Discord. Wow, that took a while. Hopefully that helps me become a better trader in the future by participating in discussing trading logics and ideas. We'll see what happens. So far so good though. So nice work, my friend. You never know what happens until you fucking jump in there and fucking participate. You have no idea what you came to learn. Anyways, so we got 140 here. Definitely seen about 170 in the previous shows. We started off under 100. It's a little bit lighter. The fact is, I gotta say, everywhere I look, it's a bit of a ghost town. It's a ghost town in Discord activity. It's a ghost town in Twitter as far as conversations have to do with the bull side move, and everyone's mocking anybody saying fucking anything against it, anything about the bull move. It's definitely something to think about when you have the maximalist attitude in crypto bull markets, and everybody shits on anybody who says Bitcoin is anything but the fucking the ultimate store of value. Now you have anybody fucking saying things like they could go higher being laughed out of the building. You have to pay attention when the fucking herd turns into fucking, the other side of the equation that doesn't know they've done it. And they're all cheerleading their own stupid together. It's crazy to watch, but they never have the capacity to look outside themselves and see that they're all doing the same thing and recognize there's no value in it. So that's one of the things you want to do here, with the show, is that we try to keep you away from that crowd dynamic. As much as we have our own position, we try to make sure you can think objectively, not what I have or what I'm interested in, but just what the data says, and watching the data. These people, they are the data. They are all basically on one side of the equation versus Kramer. And as a third-party observer watching this shit, it's just to laugh, if you've seen what the history of all of this has been. So funny shit. That's MSM out there. And you wonder why people fucking get wrecked. That's what we say, read the charts, not the news. That's the news. It's made of the same idiots that are looking for answers from fucking just another version of themselves. Totally crazy. So we're actually caught up on some things here so we can get our macro done. We're not going to 920 today. We're going to get out of here early. For pre-production and theming and things like that, it's quite difficult. So to get it all in before we get going. So do our best to get it on time though. This actually, believe it or not, this show theme right here, this was the rule of two was being made because we were still inside the phantom zone, and so looking for the PPI, the CPI number to blow us out, which side you'd be on. The pre-production actually took long enough; it blew out while we were fucking getting the show pre-run, so it was actually pretty funny. But yeah, solar, you guys pay attention to the solar theme here, and obviously OnlyFans. Hopefully you guys are paying attention to that, and you should have made some easy money out of it. So if you guys have been using, the show themes and the intel that we provide here, a million opportunities on every show that we put out for you guys to take a look at. Some phenomenal memos inside Drifter's Shoot. If you guys watched this one, it was a short show because of all the IT problems getting that first Web3 up, but we packed as much good content as we could into the tail end of that one for you guys to replay a few times and learn from. Polarize has a consumer sentiment chart in it. If you guys watch that show, amazing fucking call on Polarize by one of our viewers to bring that chart up and show just how polarized the marketplace is. What you're seeing with Jim Cramer and what you're seeing fucking all these junior psychologists do is just part of the broader fucking sentiment the herd has, right? So really think about what Jim Cramer is saying, and then think about this chart that I posted, right? And you connect the dots. all those people clowning Kramer are those people. Oh my God, right? Literally everyone's got the same idea right now. And what the CPI and jobs number have shown you combined is you're not in a recession. Biden's administration was actually right. You are not even anywhere close to what the fuck you thought would be the velocity of decline in the market in internal fundamentals that would dictate you're actually in one. So the entire crowd is now a bunch of junior fucking economists and psychologists. And this is exactly the moment you want to pay attention to what the crowd is saying, because they all have the same idea. Polarize, bitches. Polarize. So if you didn't watch that one, make sure you check that out. That was a killer show. And also, like, for OnlyFans people, you guys really don't use that, Only like 1/3 of the people who had access to even look at the solar play even looked before it left, let alone the 5 of you that bothered to play it. There's so many people who are salty. I have this, I have that, but I'm not making money. It's like, it's always a you thing. If you don't use the information in front of your face or the tools that you have access to, you're just as lazy as everyone else in the herd that hopes money's going to fall out of the sky in your lap. You have to do shit. Like, I put the answers everywhere I can, but you actually had to do something. So, like, it doesn't work like that. I don't show you stuff. I give you information that gives you a chance to make a better decision, but you have to actually take the steps to make a better decision. And part of that's doing some of your own research first and fucking taking the steps to make a plan to find risk and then acting on it when the time comes. I can't shake your dick off at the toilet. Like, that part's your fucking deal, right? I'll whip your dick out, point it at the fucking toilet. You just shake it off at least. Fucking Christ, do something, right? So some of that lazy shit that's going on in there, I have no idea. Eli, AEDs, I forget what currency that. Oh wait, that's Emirates, I think. But shout out to Eli, appreciate you, homie. Yeah, anyways, and I really won't put your dick at the toilet either. Like, you have to do that, but just do shit, do anything. God damn it. So appreciate you too, Eli. That's one of our Winter Soldiers or OGs in the building. That blue guys. So let's go ahead and take care of macro. It's Emirates. I knew that. As long as it's not fucking liras, that's all we're worried about. All right, let's get our macro things going right now and see where we are pre-market. So sentiment things were the main thing we want to keep track of coming in here. Entire show theme inverse, like Nomics, right? We're paying attention to all these junior psychologists, junior economists out there. And then keeping that in mind, make sure I got the right chart for you guys. Here's my gap chart. Gap chart. This is the gaps one. Well, at least our levels are back today. Pretty happy about that. So this is the guy we used like for that little, remember the gaps coming down in COVID in February, and we had these kind of structured gaps that were similar. I told you it looked a lot like what we saw, right? So this literally came from that exact kind of sell kind of velocity that came out of COVID, bottomed this, entire sentiment flipped, consumer sentiments in the gutter. Everyone's a fucking genius now, right? Everyone's fucking smart enough to tell you this. Same shit. This is the mechanics in a zero-sum system that you need to have in place to have real fucking fuel to the fire, right? Because all these people who have become fantastically tilted on one side of the equation are the only demandees we have to sell our ideas to. So when you understand about markets, right, people think, oh, this graph is not following the fundamentals. It is. The fundamentals of like crowded market dynamics, right? The perceptions that we get to trade against. That's what you trade against. This isn't a graph of fundamentals. It's a graph of what people think they know about the fundamentals they have specific access to. That's it. So you're not trading against a guy who understands how to read like fucking Apple's balance sheet or what the fucking CPI means. You're trading against a guy who thinks he knows how to interpret that. That's a completely different fucking animal, right? So that's why these sentiment things are so important to pay attention to in markets. All right, so this was the phantom zone chart that showed you were in it, right? And about that two-sided show, right? We are looking at in here, chop zone, need to get the fuck out and stay above this now as a system to keep continuing. So now this is more than like accelerated the channeling of the bear flag we have here. Wouldn't call that a bear flag anymore. As it leaves that kind of challenging trajectory right now, this is just an uptrend in low resolutions and has snapped the last high, that major low in the downtrend from the top of the market. So as far as we're concerned, this downtrend is now violated. And the only way you can say this resumes is if this high that took out this high actually leads to a fully new low. This becomes the lower high from here. Otherwise, you're watching for any pullback to make what is now possibly a bear trap. and make a higher floor and counterweight to a higher level as this fully rotates on bigger resolutions of time. The sentiment's definitely there for it. So for right now, with the sentiment as tilted as it is above Phantom Zone, there's a chance that this thing flags real tight, holds ground, and keeps pushing, right? This is pretty nuts. So we're back above Ragnarok. This is a key sentiment level that we had from a guy named Ragnarok who became Goku, who I haven't seen in a while. But we pay attention to this side here. This is really like, a huge run came. And you gotta remember what happened to BTC back here. This is BTC's like massive dump low into the grandma shock of 30,000 in May 19th, 2021. From here, BTC also recoiled something fucking incredible, right? And went up to highs with the stock market. So this is a major swing level, as you see right here, coming down to test it, break under it, and collapse. And then now we're back here. So going back into Phantom Zone, be kind of hands off, watch what's happening right now, potential for deeper fucking correction through Phantom Zone, but you'd let it do its thing. Staying above Phantom Zone, that's bullish, right? We stay above this volume system that led to the tank low, then we have a chance to stay above this on like tight resolutions and possibly play even higher as people shit themselves about why the fuck is this happening. All right, so this is such a low resolution. I don't really want to do reses this slow on the show. I try to do broader macro things, but just like saying, I know most of you really don't have many resolutions you could back out to here, so you're just kind of watching this situation, and if he can support himself on top of the system, like we said, we always want to watch this and see like this, like I draw this, like a flag on top of the system is what you like to see, to like know that like, the market's cornered below that, so we can mark up even further and then get these people who are underneath here now to chase and buy out, right? Everyone who's on the wrong side of this are the future buyers when they finally say, fuck it, I'm wrong. Where the fuck point in the sand that is. Shitting on Kramer right now at ETH fucking 1900, ETH gets to 22 and people are gonna fucking shit themselves. So we're watching this trajectory on ETH, and this kind of gives a kind of barometer on the S&P, right? We know they're all correlated, so we're watching the leave of this trajectory right now. S&P steepening. We've tagged the level that we had up here. If you guys pay attention to levels on the show, we showed you this last time, 1931. You stalled a little bit. And we want to see, do we make it through this? Do we do one of these patterns, correct through the angle, rotate back up, and stay pushing? At the end of, in the end, we're still watching this system over here, which is this volume area that we had pointed out for you with Qs. Right, everyone's kind of in the correspondingly same area. So ETH is technically in this area, while the broader stock market's well clear of it. And it's clear of it in two different markets, right? It's clear of it in the S&P, and it's clear of it in the Qs. Crypto is the last place we need to see clear this. BTC we know is not near that because he's an underperformer while, second tier assets are moving. BNB and these other guys that are moving, who you want to watch to see this really happen. Right, as long as ETH BTC is pumping, which if you guys pay attention, you should have been all over that. ETH BTC pumping means that ETH is the best of breed when it comes to at least ETH versus BTC. So he's who you at least need to see blow out this QQQ corresponding level. So he's still in this for now. But, given that the other risk assets are staying above it, if they keep pushing, they might very well watch ETH drag its way right through this with them. Just the same way they pushed through these same zones on Qs and SPYs. They were choppy, but they pushed through it. So with that said, this region of price, probably some caution for choppiness until he can get clean above it also, and probably clear like 2000s. Once you're at 2000, it's going to be psychological fucking gymnastics out there. And the further it pushes above that will make people who have been singing that stupid shit about leg down in triple digits probably think twice. Once they start to think twice, we want to think thrice, right? So pay attention. Sentiment things abound out there. And lots of salty bitches that miss this are going to fucking shit themselves if it keeps going higher and Kramer keeps being right. All right, that's a mouthful. BTC things, like I said, he's kind of the guy that you watch on the bottom end of this, right? He's struggling, he's not going anywhere, and the fact he's underperformer, he has a setup that looks like a bear flag. So we do want to keep eyes on that. Also, so let's see. I could probably make this a better color. Let's do that. God, I really gotta come up with a new color palette. Alright, so for now we track that. And BTC kind of is, tracking down. Like I said, he's not the main guy you want. This BTC.D kind of shows this, right? BTC dominance just still heading straight off a cliff. And this is from when we talked about it before, that he was trapped in this range. As he bleeds down from here, this is pretty much your entire crypto markup, right? This is the pretty much the lows in the market. June 13th is the lows of the NFTs. As this is fully reversed, this is the risk on pump we're seeing in crypto. And as long as this continues, there's risk-seeking behavior. Right? We pointed that out with BNB BTC. We put that in OnlyFans for you guys. God damn it, BNB BTC. Right? As long as this guy had the ability to fucking break up, right, and keep structuring like this, there's somebody in the market that was fucking making a move when people didn't really realize it. So this guy holds up here and progresses further. He's one of your best barometers right now that there's still risk-seeking behavior in crypto, and if it's in crypto, it's in a few other places. DXY things. So we want to keep track of his ass because him and VIX are great ways to keep reads if we're going to get fucking blasted in the face. So we watched this when we talked about it, watch this trigger level, and so we hit it once and bounce. Stop ran a little bit, 2B, bounce again. So we're watching like this larger structure on this level right now for possible rotation. If the market needs a breather, we'll probably get our signs from this first. We could take this, which is now the correct angle that we've got for it, and if this flips, you know, it's worth keeping on your radar. VIX things, VIX actually got under 21 for the first time in for fucking ever. Retested 21 and faded, and it's fading pre-market. This continues. This is that little bull flag I just drew for a low res on the QQQs, right there. The Q's fading, it keeps on going. So this channel that we've had narrowing down here, that can be considered a bull flag, you know, very long one, is still something worth paying attention to. It rotates, danger, right? And if you know anything about the VIX at this point from watching it all these years with us, he only makes this structure. Like, he's just a bull flag to a fucking Armageddon, a bull flag to Armageddon. That's all he does. So this is just basically countdown to the apocalypse every time you see him in a structure like this, and so you keep track of it because it gives you a very good guide on the markup of risk assets. All right, so that's that, Raz. VIX, DXY, BTC, I think we got everything right there, right? Oh, we could probably throw a commodity in this too. So CL1. So CL, we've been watching that guy, not that chart. CL1. Still paying attention to the region he's in up here, this chop, right? He really hasn't escaped it. He's 2B the range he's got here, so he's effectively just in a shitty range, trapped in this area. And, you know, Buffett's been buying the living shit out of oil stocks. He owns 20% of Oxy right now. You know, what does Buffett know? You never want to bet against that guy. Even if his timing's not the greatest, he generally fucking isn't retarded. And this, you know, trend right now, inflation numbers are cooling, but, like, you know, the factors that are driving, like fuel and energy prices, isn't necessarily tied just to inflation. It's tied to some, you know, very, very major fundamental factors like Vladimir Putin. What he does come winter is going to be the next part of the next chapter of this story. And so while we're here in the summer, you know, I think people can lose sight of like what's really coming in the winter. But, you know, as I believe somebody in the channel said yesterday, if history's taught us anything, fucking with Russia in the winter is like always your biggest mistake. So winter times and energy is going to be something to keep your eyes on. So that is 9:07. I think that's going to cover our macro for today, right? So, you know, really all that's available, we keep marking up, is some pretty low resolution shit. If you guys are swinging from deeper, then, you know, you probably don't care that much about it. So always make sure to pay attention to resolution that matters with your plan. Don't just force into low reses because you fucking think it's quick money. You know, have a plan, and nothing wrong with staying higher time frames and swinging like bigger resolutions. There's generally bigger money in that. For many of you that are newer, that think, you know, rushing down to like 1 minute and lower resolutions to trade is like somehow going to equal more money, equals a lot more decisions, and it gives you a lot more chances to fucking you know, really see what your statistics are when it comes to like a shit ton of decisions packed into a small amount of time. But also be aware, right, like how much money you could put into play on smaller structures is going to have to reduce if you think about what's available to play against in those structures. So like trading on micro resolutions and things that are liquid doesn't really make that much sense. And a lot of you rush to do that and get fucking chopped to pieces and wondering why you can't stay involved in the moves, right? Sometimes back the fuck up a little, you know, and like look at what the totality of what you're trying to play is, and stop looking for like some microscopic movement out of like long-winded structure. Like we're playing on the bottom from June right now. You guys had a chance to sit back and catch, you know, a 100% move with minimal work and a lot of things coming out of the trench. And some people sitting on low resistance chop themselves out of being participants in anything. So, you know, take account of what you're doing and then look at that. There's a lot of people who keep thinking, you know, I'm going to hyperscalp my way to riches. And I'll be honest with you, low resolution trading, it's the most difficult shit that you could possibly actually do. So for you, a lot of you that are new, it's not necessarily the best place for you to be. Um, Pars Vital coming in the end, the fucking hero to millions. Appreciate you, Pars. I wonder who the fuck this is, but you are the man, dude. We appreciate you and everybody who's done some bits of the show, helping support the show. We really appreciate you guys. We hope the show is helping to support your best trading decisions ever made in history. So if there's anything you guys want us to do more on the show or lean towards, by all means ask. I want the show to be utilizable, not just it's entertaining and look cool, but if you can't use it, it's not got value. So for the people who do take their time to watch this, I want you to get the best out of it. So always let us know what it is that you think you need more of. And like I said in the war stories, if you want to discuss a problem you're having, write in the war story, and we'll try to give you guys perspective on it live in the show. Because if it's not a unique problem to the person writing the war story, most of you are experiencing the problem. So that's a part of the community aspect we have, is that nobody's, if you think about how we talk about value versus the empty space, either the problem you have is the exception or it's the rule for everybody. And it's a lot easier to understand problems that you have when you see them inside of other people, because we have a harsh eye for judgment. So the ability to talk about things in the open is actually the advantage of our community, right? We have no faces, no names, no one gives a fuck. So the idea is all that we give a shit about. So, all right, let's see. AMD, Sega, Tesla, TLT. All right, 9:10. Gonna be done inside of 5 minutes. Here we go. Yeah, right. Now I'm gonna try. All right, AMD is on. All right, so AMD, we talked about. What is this weird box? What the fuck is that? What is this? Okay. We talked about AMD before, and semis and stuff like that. We've had a post about semis and the chip deal inside OnlyFans. We talked about this down here when markets were being at some big old ranges in the base, right? We talked about it with Macy's, not Macy's, them, and yeah, Macy's, a bunch of these guys, right? They all came from. I told you guys to watch Macy's. He's bouncing from there. But we talked about these guys coming down, a bunch of them being at key locations like this. And so now we're watching the rotation of a bunch of semis and stuff like that. Can he make it to the high side of this bull flag? As long as the market's going to keep marking up, right, AMD is really damn well correlated with the bounce that you've got, and he's going to be a beneficiary of that whole chip deal. So think like this. We talk about that high and tight flag that's over a system in Phantom Zone. Like the Phantom Zone is effectively under here, in the S&P. You can kind of look at this guy, and he's pretty much the high and tight bull flag we just drew for the Qs, right? Pretty much this. So the whole market's so lined up, that's kind of what you're trading. If he's going to continue to rotate this bull flag out and actually just do a small leg here, like he did in here, and keep pushing this, it's a damn steep trajectory. It's a little scary, right? And some party probably wants to see the price do like that, take a big of a breather, and then go again, and not fucking just keep pumping at this trajectory. But this trajectory is part of what's keeping people fucking mind fucked, right? It hasn't given them a deep enough discount to feel like, okay, now it's my time to get my piece. This is so high and tight, and they're so far outside of it, they just look stupid right now, feel stupid. That this trajectory is possible to be maintained for a little bit longer before people capitulate and just go, I have to have it. But this is what you're watching at this res. He's either going to sustain this trajectory like we see in ETH, or he's going to counter into a bigger resolution and then make a higher floor, and then be able to continue the trend wave that way. So those are your two scenarios, I think, for him. Sega, monkey fucking pox. Where the fuck is it? Is this a chart? Yeah, this is a chart different Sega for you guys. So if you pay attention to Sega, monkeypox, niggas. Analysis complete. Tesla. Tesla. Is that the next one you had for me? I mean, what do you want me to say about monkeypox? It's fucking monkeypox. Tesla, TLT, Nikkei. Tesla, TLT, Nikkei. So Tesla coming out of the same thing pretty much as what we just saw in AMD, and I think you're kind of watching the same deal. You're just watching, he's broken his whole system, this rotation now, possibly to the same angle that drew for NVIDIA. So we watch this right there. God damn it. I don't know what that is, but I probably want to know. Let me look. 1 second. I don't have that many things that, oh, okay, cool. All right, we'll have to check that back out. Stuff's moving pre-market. Where are you? Oh, okay, word. All right, things are just getting stronger pre-market. That's all that was. So that's Tesla, TLT, bonds. So bonds we're watching here. Remember we drew this out for you last flag we talked about, and you had this level from this crazy base from 15, like a half decade base. went into, and you 2B the last low of it. So we definitely want to pay attention to this and see if this turns into a bull flag that can rotate off a key level like that. I think that's the most key thing we had really going back there was him dipping through here. So if this is like a stop run, we have a chance for this to also bounce and rotate all the way back up to, you know, trigger areas, or at least underneath there, or cross this bull flag. So I think that's what you're kind of watching right now on bonds, even though it's out of phase what you see in the market. Right now you have one more bear flag on the base. And does this go down and make a higher floor and then rotate up and then do that move is, you know, possible path. If it goes straight out this shit, then, you know, shit gets a lot crazier. So we do want to pay attention to that, right? Bonds go off a cliff again. That would be the sign that the market likely has some fucking like more de-risking, you know, to do. So for right now, that's what you're watching. I think there's a chance though you're watching him probably correct hold here and then take back off and go to the other side of the channel. Nikkei. Where did I put the Nikkei? Let's see. Okay, fucking Leon. Oh shit. It's the revenge of fucking Leon. You ready to see what he did to fucking JPY, right? Oh wait, no, that's not his chart. USD JPY. There's Leon on fucking, he's been a bitch to the fucking Japanese. Let's see. What do you got in store for the indexes, Leon? What do you got in store? Why do you hate these people, Leon? Where has Leon been? Alright, so fucking Leon level. Definitely worth paying attention to. Rotating up through this. So this is bullish, right? We know Japan. We pay attention to Japan in terms of the S&P 500. And, you know, this looks bullish, right? Fucking Leon level over there is right around motherfucking Ragnarok over here. What are the chances, right? If you think about levels breaking on fucking the Phantom Zone, that's Ragnarok. And that's a corresponding level. Now, if I look where Leon's breaking, Leon's a Phantom is a fucking Ragnarok to the Japanese. Like literally to their currency. Swinging back to Fractal Ragnarok Leon, I think that looks bullish, guys. So that's that. And then where's the next symbol? Nikkei NG1. Nat gas black. Okay, I can finish these fast. Sorry, 9:15 supposed to be done. Natural gas. I think we have this as a chart like that. Yeah, there's our natty gas chart. So why does this look like this? The fuck off. All right, remember natty gas, part of the whole energy bull flags we drawn out forever ago, right? He was in a big old ass one, and he's structurally looking pretty good. This is part of the thing, like, you know, Buffett is buying into, you know, an energy guy that is telling you that he doesn't think the energy wave is anywhere near over, and structurally this doesn't look anything like it, right? Natty gas really hasn't had a season yet. We're gonna have to wait to see what really happens in the winter time when heating becomes a fucking real issue. But that looks structurally strong as fuck right now, right? And he's definitely was a leader in just broader energy. So we want to keep track of this related to oil and everything else. Like prices are rising across the board. They may just rise to a whole new echelon in 2020s that none of us have ever experienced before. But we all know money fucking feels worthless today compared to what it used to be. You're just experiencing like a whole new price floor to assets. And so energy prices are part of that. This is bullish as piss. So I would definitely keep eyes on this guy as a barometer to the rest of energy. So that's pretty much what you're watching. And yeah. So it looks pretty good. I already forgot the other one. Fucking shit, boy, my memory's something here. What was it? BLK BlackRock AAV. Okay. BLK, no, BLK. There's BLK. Oh, cool. We've done some crazy level. What's that? It's probably the old COVID high, right? Yeah, that's a 2018 high. He never made it that high before COVID. So that's a 2018 cycle high. We talked about some of this stuff on the previous show. This was the risk cycle of crypto, you know, coming into that run. And we just bottomed on that. So like, you know, as far as like being on top of a whole system goes, think about that, right? It's a huge looking bull flag, but it is that. It is a flag on top of an entire system. It's just a really big fucking flag. A flag is a flag is a flag. If it makes it look like a better flag, see if I squish it up. There you go, bitches. But yeah, so we're rotating a lot of things. This is a very, very strong move in the rotation. Generally, you want some kind of a breather, you know, some kind of a thing to let you have a chance to participate. If it's going to be that strong, this is just really steep. So at 2 days zoomed out, you know, look at it. It's just a stick right now. So if you're not part of this, you probably need some kind of structure to give you a chance to be part of it. Something along that scale or a bigger scale, you know. But it looks bullish. A lot of things look bullish, you know, along with what we just saw in Japan. So that's that guy, AAVE BTC. Did we do this guy on this chart? Okay. So this bull flag's been a long time developing. We'll just move that motherfucker here and move this motherfucker there. And where the floor was, right, the final floor, because we can see this, right, high, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. Ah, jeez, bro. This is the level that will be the final rotation of this flag. We draw this guy. And we're still looking for the same thing. The question mark is for the possibly higher floor from this high. So he's still got that intact. It's still a possible higher floor, which makes this entire trend structure still actually intact, believe it or not. And he's crashing the old 18 high. If you remember AAVE BTC, we use this to actually pull up the first fractal structure of Bitcoin. I don't have time to go get that chart for you guys, but like this was, we did do that. And now let's see if I could. No, really? I might have it, one sec. Yeah, oh no, that was AVAX, my fault. I thought it was this guy. AVAX, that's the fractal we use for that, so never mind, my fault. Anyways, same system though, right? Just like BTC. BTC just crashed onto us at top of his 2018 highs here. And that's the same thing you're watching in that, right? So everybody's really doing the same shit. AAVE BTC. So rotating now, looks bullish. He's lagging what's going on in BNB, BTC, and ETH BTC, but he is correlated to the exact same move. So as long as we keep seeing risk-seeking behavior, this can keep on rotating. And then last one was, fuck, I forgot. Atom. Not that chart. Atom's chart is, there it is. There's Atom. Last time we talked about him, flag, go down lower. This level is your key level because that is the high of his system also from like in his lifespan, basically his 2018 cycle high, right? So he's crashed this same system here, right? Good test level, crashed it here to beat that, and now it's just running in a channel upwards like this, and there's some strength to Atom BTC. So again, you're doing the exact same move off the lows, holding this channel on the way up. He's less strong than some of the other things we've seen, but he is channeling off the lows nonetheless, right? If this rotates again before he clears this, it's another bear flag and huge danger. So this is your line in the sand. That level at least needs to fail right now on Atom. So, all right, bitches, that was it. Got all your stuff in there. Got you your macro. Hope you guys are killing it. Let's catch whatever last statements you hear. Just a real quick on Only, because I've had friends asking about Honey Birdette recently for Great Gifts, which is owned by Playboy and structurally looms shit, but there was a crazy volume. I don't think I fully understand that. Leave Leon alone. Yeah, we don't do stuff under $1 billion market cap. We can move that stuff on the show. We don't want to do that. Word 921 bitches. So yeah, totally went to the time I said I wasn't gonna. But hope you guys have everything you need. Get your plans in order. It's Friday. If you guys have had a killer run from the fucking tip of the spear down there to where we're at now with BTC up on Boats and Coke and ETH above 1900 and the whole world shitting on Kramer, congratulations for navigating the crash of 2022. You guys are one of the few, right? Kathy Woods and Jim Kramer and everybody's on the wrong side of every part of this thing on the way down and on the way out. Well, Kramer's the bright spot on the way out right now, so we'll give him his medal for his one and only. Rest of you guys, stay safe out there. Pay attention to how the market finishes today. If we finish kind of strong with sentiments the way they are, and like, you know, we saw like, you know, risk assets in the market holding above those systems we talked about, it's a good chance that crypto can keep on pushing also in the face of that salt. So keep making money, motherfuckers, and we'll catch you on the flip. Stay safe. Peace out.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly.